What's happening, YTBC? I just wanted to just make a quick video. I was going to just leave it, this fight that happened a few days ago, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. I did say I was going to move on from it, but I thought, let me just make this video because, I watched, shout out to my man 78 Sports TV. I watched his video this morning, and, he was talking about the fact that there's a lot of guys, obviously a fight of the magnitude of Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. There wasn't a lot of uploaders sort of, talking about the fight afterwards, and, a lot of people are obviously disappointed or whatever, in terms of, they obviously had a dog in the fight in terms of wanting Manny Pacquiao to win the fight, but it obviously didn't happen, so they didn't really want to upload videos and things like that. But anyways, so I want to say shout out to 78, which is true. I mean, that video resonated with me, and I was thinking about Floyd Mayweather's, his legacy and his greatness, and I was thinking people are trying to take it away from him, and and it's kind of sad, really. It's really, really sad, because obviously they don't like the man, they hate the man, for whatever reason. And I think it just goes beyond boxing. Half the people who hate him don't understand the sport of boxing. They wanted to see something different, and they didn't get the opportunity to see something different. That's fine. But also, I also wanted to have a big shout out to Blood Boxing, because Blood Boxing uploaded his video, and it's, check out his video, on Blood Boxing channel. And his video was absolutely superb. It's a great video. And the reason why I say it's a great video is because at the end of the day, I can understand where Blood is coming from. I do understand it. As I said to him, people don't appreciate, when somebody actually has a different perspective from you. People don't appreciate what they're saying. People don't have the time to actually sit down and understand where they're coming from. They're quick to sort of go into this emotional reaction. And again, it's not. This is something I do myself. I'm not exempt from this. I'm not perfect. I used to do it all the time. I used to go into an emotional reaction. But then as you get experience, you get older, you look at things, you look at life in different perspectives. You look at different things. The sport of boxing is a bubble. It's just there's so many people who have so many different opinions about things, that some know what they're talking about, some don't have a clue, or don't take the time to try and understand what they're talking about. But I made a conscious decision a long time ago to actually listen to what somebody actually has to say, take it in and understand what they're saying to you. You might not necessarily agree with what they're saying, but at least take it in. And to be honest with you, I appreciate what Blood was trying to say. I do appreciate it. Because at the end of the day, Blood Boxing is a historian. And I appreciate, his perspective in terms of resume, because that's something I can't touch. I don't have that sort of level of knowledge. I'm not ashamed to admit that I don't have that level of knowledge in terms of the fighters of yesteryear. Like we're talking about fighters of the 30s and 40s and 50s. I don't have that. I have a little bit. I do understand. But that's something I want to learn and keep on developing. And to be honest, when I came on YouTube about in 2009, I had a passion for boxing. I like boxing, but for me, what I enjoyed the most is I enjoyed the styles. That's what I enjoy. And it didn't really matter what particular type of era, as long the style of boxing, just the appreciation of what what these guys do, what these guys put themselves through, and the elements that makes them, to try and elevate them into becoming great, the greatness, of those who can perform the exponent, the artistic drive, the artistic merit of performing the art of the skill set of boxing. It's something to behold if you're able to actually to perform the art properly, to actually understand the have a full understanding of the essence of what boxing is all about. If you appreciate that, you appreciate all types of styles, and you appreciate what you're seeing. You know, and this is the thing I enjoy when I'm when I listen to guys like Blood Boxing and to Outside the Ropes, to Reef from Newark, to 78 Sports TV, to Boxing Beats and Rhymes. I mean, when I listen to these guys, I mean, I know in my heart I might not know all these guys, you know, all these boxers from yesteryear. I might not know all of them because I wasn't born, or I'm not old enough to have seen them. I'm not saying that these guys were old enough, but one thing I appreciate with these guys is that they've actually studied, you know, the careers of many of the greatest fighters that's ever lived. They've studied, they've sat down, they've actually taken their time to go through manuscripts and you know, newspaper cuttings, you know, library dissertations, you know, accounts from probably their close friends and families, and those who have actually probably seen these guys, the fighters of yesteryear fight and gone through their career. You have to respect that. You know, you have to respect that, and I do respect it. You know, I might not necessarily agree with everything they say, but at the end of the day, you have to appreciate it. But my thing is, at the end of the day, we're in this era. And, you know, I'm privileged and I'm very fortunate enough to see one of the greatest fighters who has ever laced up those gloves, and that his name is Floyd Mayweather. You know, in terms of application, I don't think there's been any fighter who has been better than Floyd in history. Now, I would say that because I haven't seen all the greats, but I just think in terms of application, in terms of discipline, of you know, punch execution, you know, control, distance, range. Floyd is up. He's up there. I mean, I say he's the greatest. You know, I don't say he's the greatest in terms of resume, because resume, no, this is the problem with Floyd's career. Resume is very difficult to. It's very hard to sort of. You can't. This is why I don't touch it, because it's just subjective. At the end of the day, one man's cup of tea might be another man's poison. You know, you can argue about Floyd's resume, and you can argue about all the other greats' resume. I mean, I don't go into that because it's kind of hard to define different fighters from different eras. It's very, very difficult. Some people, you know, do it great, but for me, I'm born in this era. You know, I can only say what I see and what I appreciate, and I appreciate Floyd's skills. You know, his skill level's enormous. I'm not saying that these guys, you know, the guys who are the boxing historians don't appreciate Floyd's skill set. I've never said that, and of course they do appreciate it. But one thing I find difficult is, you know, to judge, you know, two guys from different eras. It's very difficult. It's very hard. It's not impossible. It's just hard. I just find it, you know, personally difficult. But it doesn't take away from Floyd's greatness. It doesn't take, you know, at the end of the day, he's of this era. And, you know, I'm very, very thankful that I'm able to celebrate the fact that this guy has been successful. I appreciate the dedication and the hard work it takes to get up there. It's not easy. You know, people automatically think that Floyd has been handed, you know, he's been given this gift and, you know, it's easy for him. It's not. You've got to work damn hard to get to that level. You have to work hard. You've got to have something. People are not going to pay that money, regardless of whether they hate Floyd or not, if Floyd didn't have something. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, you're not going to be generating that amount of money if you don't have something. You can't. There is something. The guy is good. The guy is damn good. His skill set is off the chart. He's very, very good. And what he did to Manny Pacquiao was not a surprise. I mean, he's so much better. He's so much more better than Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Manny Pacquiao should not be in the conversation as the greatest fighters ever. He should not be anywhere near the discussion. Manny Pacquiao has never been good enough for that discussion. Never been. You know, I don't listen to people who, you know, who just talk garbage. You know, I'll put it bluntly. I don't listen to people who talk, who don't offer anything. People like Zone 6 and Boxing Talk. They offer nothing. And your opinions, you devalue your opinions when you start saying things like, oh, Manny Pacquiao is one of the 50 greatest fighters of all time, and he's above Floyd Mayweather. You say that even before they fight. So you formulate an opinion based on the fact that you don't even know what you're talking about. You have this total dislike for Floyd's career without actually understanding the sport, what you're seeing. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea. And I don't listen to people like that. I mean, when they were doing this Lions Den's, when 78 was doing his Lions Den, debates and stuff. I mean, they were brilliant debates. But it's just, unfortunately, I would have preferred those debates to be with people who actually knew what they were talking about. And people like Blood Boxing and Ashy Knuckles and Outside the Ropes. The guys who actually spend time studying this sport. So actually, not people like Zone 6. Not interested in people like, listen to people like Zone 6, who have nothing. I mean, Boxing Beast and Rhymes. I mean, I would love Boxing Beast and Rhymes to actually have a debate with Outside Ropes or something. That. Or like Blood Boxing. Show you how it's done. Show people what it's done. Because I want to learn from. I mean, Reef and Nurk. People should not forget. People sleep on Reef. Reef is one of the most knowledgeable guys on YouTube. His knowledge. I mean, when Reef makes a video, unboxing video. I mean, all his videos. Reef's videos are off the chart. All his videos. But when he starts talking about boxing, I mean, I stop what I'm doing. I literally stop. It doesn't matter, even though I work, I stop. I sneak out because I want to listen to his video. When I see it come on my suggestions or on my feed, because I enjoy understanding people. The fighters from yesteryear. I enjoy having that feeling of, wow, you know what you're talking about. You're feeding me with information. Wow, I never knew that. I never knew that. Oh, I mean, when you start talking about the Sam Langfords. Sugar Ray Robinsons, Joe Lewis, Jack Johnsons. When you start talking about these guys, I mean, the great ones. Things I never knew. It's like, I mean, you hear things, but I mean, when it's always nice when somebody who has studied the accounts of the past, because the only way you're gonna ever be better is if you appreciate the past. The only way you are going to be better is if you appreciate the past. And also, you also have to appreciate what you see in the present as well. You have to appreciate. You have to be happy. You're part of history. You have to be happy that you're part of something that's is great. Floyd Mayweather is. I'm just happy I'm just in this era because I can say to my grandchildren, I was there. I remember May the 2nd, 2015 when Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao. The man they said was what Floyd Mayweather was scared of. And Floyd took him to school, which is something he's done all throughout his career. He's just taken people who are supposed to be great and he's made them look ordinary. That's tough. That's not easy to do, and I'm just thankful. But I would like to see more videos from the dons of YouTube, from YTBC, from the dons, from the best. I mean, I was listening to the video from the guy of Fight Critic. What a brilliant video. Shout out to Fight Critic. So you go subscribe to him, Fight Critic. And there's another young cat called D Dynamite Boxing. That's DEE DYNOMITE Boxing. That's another dude. Made another brilliant video. There's people out there making really, really good videos. I mean, I enjoy the YTBC and I enjoy listening to people's different perspectives. I enjoy it. But I don't like listening to people who don't know what they're talking about, who are talking out of their ass. People who don't know what they're talking about. I don't subscribe to them. I'm not interested in listening to what they have to say because at the end of the day, if you're gonna bring out garbage just to pad up your lack of knowledge, then really, people need to call you out on that. I don't know how Zone 6 can get a pass for talking garbage. I don't know how he can get a pass. It's bullshit. People like boxing talk. How can you? I mean, if the YTBC is supposed to be a serious place where people can actually converse, you really shouldn't be having people like Zone 6. You know, don't give me all this, oh, where every opinion matters. No, it doesn't. Every opinion doesn't matter if the opinion is bullshit. If the opinion is garbage, it doesn't matter. You should just cut off the conversation right there and say, look, you don't know what you're talking about, mate. Let's just leave it right there. Go on, stay in your artificial bubble of lack of knowledge and let those who know what they're talking about express themselves, because the knowledge is more important than your own personal, your own personal sort of garbage. My opinion is not more valued than anybody else's opinion, but at the end of the day, I try to ensure that what I'm saying is the truth. Sometimes I might say something myself that might not be necessarily 100% factually true, but I would appreciate that those who have a greater knowledge will be able to correct that at that instance. And then I learn something from it. I don't appreciate when somebody's there whining and crying and talking garbage. He and screaming over somebody else. I don't want to listen to people like Zone 6. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I'm not subscribed to him. So the only way I know is when somebody who subscribed to me, makes a comment, because I want to check out what they're saying, because it might be an interesting video, and as I pick up, increase my, go and subscribe to somebody else who actually knows what they're talking about. But if it happens to be a Zone 6 video that somebody who subscribed to me or I'm subscribed to has commented on, I don't go and, as soon as I know, I click off. I'm not interested. I don't want to hear what he has to say. I'm not interested, because I know it's 99.9% going to be garbage. I already know. But anyways, at the end of the day, I'm just talking about the fact that, just enjoy the moment, enjoy the fact that you are in this era. It's not so bad. The fact that, Floyd is not in, in the 1950s fighting the guys in the 1960s. The level of competition is not good enough to actually test him. That's not Floyd's fault. That's not his fault. Because if they were any good, then people will be equating Floyd to his greatness. And they should be giving Floyd his props. I'm not gonna cry about it because Floyd doesn't pay my bills. But at the end of the day, I enjoy. I like boxing. I enjoy him. His skill set. The guy's one of the best fighters in the world. One of the best fighters ever. Pound for pound, he is. It's the truth. But anyways, I'm not gonna let this video's already run long enough. I just thought I'd just let this out because at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys, and that's the main crux of the video. And greatness should be appreciated, and it should be admired. It should be celebrated. It should be understood, and it shouldn't be diluted. Anyways, thanks for listening to my video, man. Have a good day.